Now, we'll show you what the latest is and talk about how things could change from now until then. So, winter storm watch is in effect for the entire 5 News coverage area starting Friday afternoon through early Sunday. I do want to note that it looks like much of Friday afternoon will be pretty quiet, so I think the evening commute should be okay. School's getting out should be okay, but that's the earliest it could start. When you have a winter storm watch, a winter storm warning, usually you expect at least 4 inches of snow, and it looks like that'll be the case for much of the area. Now, you also could see a little bit of some ice as well, especially south of I-40. Another thing we're going to have to watch for, because any little wiggle in the storm track could change that precip type. You move it a little bit farther north, some of that ice potential comes up. Moves it farther south, it's more of a snow area wide. So again, the timing here, Friday afternoon through Sunday morning, but most likely late Friday through late Saturday. Mostly snow. Again, northwest Arkansas, I think will be all snow minus a little bit of maybe a sleet mix early, but the River Valley could see some mix. And there has been a little bit of a higher trend of maybe some more ice and sleet, especially the farther south you live in Leflore County as well as Scott County and Logan County. So this is something we'll have to watch if it continues to trend a little bit farther north, how much ice mixes in there. But it does look like north I-40, especially northwest Arkansas, looks to be all snow. And of course, with this, we're expecting travel disruptions, whether it is snow or ice. And another thing to note is that temperatures are going to be well below freezing, in the teens and lower 20s for much of this, if not colder. So the snow is going to be very powdery, meaning any little bit of wind that could gust up to 35 miles per hour is going to easily pick up that snow and blow it around, making it hard to see and hard to measure, especially if it kind of drifts a little bit. So those cold temps are going to contribute to not only that, but also the fact that when it's colder, that makes the salt and the treatment on the roads less effective. So this snow, I think, could stick around, or maybe even ice stick around for a while, even after it exits Sunday morning because of that cold. So we'll show you what it looks like here on Futurecast, Here's 6 o'clock Thursday. So come Thursday night, should be pretty quiet, right? And even much of the day Friday does look pretty quiet. So I think people will be able to get out of work, out of class. It's just a question of, again, how much starts to fall early Friday afternoon. But by noon, you can see much of it's out of the area. So the morning should be fine. Even the afternoon looks pretty fine. This would be pretty light because I think it's going to run into some dry air. But come Friday night, especially after sunset, that's when I think starts to pick up for us. And especially after midnight, we'll start to see some of that snow and maybe a little bit of a mix. So you can see Saturday morning expecting some snow. Then during the afternoon Saturday, I expect a little bit of a lull at times. It's not going to be straight snow all of the time. There are going to be lulls like Saturday afternoon, but then Saturday evening into the overnight hours, that's when things pick up. And again, you're seeing that mix start to come a little bit farther north. Again, it can be below freezing at the surface and still have this mix because above the surface, it can be just above freezing. So it hits a layer of, so it's snow falling, then it freezes, or melts, I should say, into rain, and then quickly refreezes. So that's why you're still seeing that mix, even though temperatures are well below freezing. So that continues into Sunday morning, and then I think after Sunday morning, 6 a.m., it'll start to taper off. But again, we still could see some of it hang around due to the fact that if it slows down, but most of the accumulations should be done by Sunday morning. Now, in terms of what will fall, again, there's still a lot of question with this, but at least 3 inches is looking pretty likely now, 80 to 90%. 6 inches, not out of the realm of possibility, 50 to 60%. A foot is a far cry, I think, but there might be a spotty spot that does see up to that. But again, for the most part there, it looks like upwards of 4. And low temperatures are also going to be very chilly. Saturday morning, single digits in teens. Sunday morning, single digits area wide. And these are temperatures and possibly below 0 on Monday. So that means wind chills could be well below 0. So again, the big story here after the next couple of days is going to be that winter storm and the cold that ensues. So just make sure to bundle up, have those layers. And of course, right now, if you do have to travel Saturday or even Friday night through Sunday, make sure you have the emergency kit, the first aid kit, layers, gloves, anything like that to make sure that worst comes to worst on the roadways, you're prepared in case of an emergency.